Could you
Okay,
provide for us?
This.
The high.
Yeah, this shit is insane, man.
The high.
This shit, yo, it's like a ton of just terrible shit going on, man.
One early morning.
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in.
One early morning news
On ABC News Live.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Get ready, America, every Friday.
The hottest trends, style.
Yes, I got up there. Take a drive. Yeah. Everything's going to the. I'm not. They're going to the web.
Damn, they need to get that live
early
right.
morning news
On ABC News Live.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Get ready, America, every Friday.
The hottest trends, styles, and must-have. What's the
Nobody cares about that shit, man.
You ever been mind fucked before?
I don't think so.
I'm mind fucking you right now.
You are?
Can you feel my dick fucking your mind?
What the fuck?
Look, White Bronco over here. Looks like mind fucking wasn't the only fucking P. Diddy Sean P. Diddy Combs was doing. That dude on the run apparently right now, and that's interesting. I don't think for a second that the left-hand side, the Department of Homeland Security, was sitting there going, you know what? We got to get Sean P. Diddy Combs. He's trafficking children. No, they don't care. This Department of Homeland, Gestapo Security, the Department of Justice, Joe Biden, they're all kid fuckers. The whole lot of these people. The FBI is asshole. They're fine with kid fuckers. They gave a complete blank check to Jeffrey Epstein. They did not want to arrest Jeffrey Epstein. They didn't want to arrest Ghislaine Maxwell. They don't want to arrest any of these kid fuckers like Bill Gates, of course, allegedly. Or Paul Krugman, allegedly. All these people with kid porn, allegedly, on their computer, even though Paul Krugman tweeted out that he had kid porn on his computer, but don't worry about it. The New York Times IT department's going to look into it. What? Okay, well, you're all arrested as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, no, they're all kid fuckers, a whole lot of these people. And so you just had Sean Combs over here, P. Diddy, if you will, and he settled a sexual assault, sexual trafficking thing a few months ago. And I think what's more likely in this situation is that these people going after Trump, the Joe Bidens and the DNC, the establishment, they're running low on funds, and they needed to burn one of these billionaires that they've been protecting forever. And I think that's what you're seeing right here. I think that's what you're seeing. So Donald Trump keeps winning. He keeps winning. They cannot get those poll numbers down. They cannot dissuade his base. They can't do anything. Everything they do backfires hugely against them. I mean, for fuck's sake. They tried to fine him $500 million. That got brought down to $170 million, which is still a stupid, ridiculous amount of money. But he made $6.5 billion today. I mean, his fucking valuation went through the fucking roof. You can't stop this dude. And so the establishment, the DNC, and all these kid fuckers, they don't have the BLM grift that they had in 2020 that they were laundering money from. The Ukrainian spigot got turned off. So they're sitting there going, okay, we need to burn one of these bullshit billionaires that the regime and the establishment has concocted and protected. And that's this fucking idiot over here. This guy's not fucking talented. Have you met this fucking idiot? It's all pops and boops, boy. It's fucking this guy. There are far more talented people out there. They're pumping your gas, right? They're cutting you pieces of meat at the fucking deli. Right? They just don't get the protection, the amplification, and the gaslighting, and the astroturfing that some dipshit like this or Beyonce or these other trash fucking whores get. And so they keep these people up and in orbit for a reason. And when it gets time to burn one of them, here you go. This is so now they're gonna take this dude's mansions. They're gonna take his money. They're gonna take his corporation, and they're going to take all of his money. And they're going to funnel it to the DNC. They're going to funnel it to all these criminals that are going after national populism. Right? This is just the globalists eating their fucking nose so they can get some money. That's what it looks like. I mean, because, again, they don't arrest any of these other kid fuckers. There's plenty of kid fuckers out there. They don't arrest any of these people. They let them go. So I don't think that the Department of Homeland Security or Department of Justice was like, oh, look, we caught Sean Combs over here. Let's arrest him. That's not how any of this works. And on top of it, they didn't even get the dude. So he's some sort of criminal mastermind that was able to evade the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Justice, the FBI, all these fucking... No, they let him fly away, by the way. Like, no. He got a heads up. This motherfucker is in an airplane right now flying across the breadth of America like a Chinese motherfucking spy balloon. Like, get NORAD up there. Get this fucking... He's a human trafficker. Texas, scramble jets, and tell them to fucking land that fucking plane. No, they're going to let him fly all the way to the Caribbean. They're going to let him go. Breaking, private jet owned by Sean P. Diddy Combs, a private jet, fucking White Bronco Airlines over here, has left the U.S. Combs' residences were raided by the Department of Homeland Security in connection with a sex trafficking investigation. The flight path of the plane appears to be headed towards Cape Verde. Cape Verde has no extradition treaty with the U.S. They're letting him get away. They're not actually interested in stopping a human trafficker. They're not actually interested in getting any justice or any... No, it has nothing to do with it. These people don't care. I mean, the Clintons are murderers. The Clintons are kid fuckers. The Clintons are fucking human traffickers, allegedly, of course. Joe Biden's still showering with his fucking daughter. That dude's 80-something years old. She's got to be in her fucking 40s, 50s. He's still showering. He's a fucking pedophile, allegedly, of course. They're all pedophiles. No. If you see a person worth $1 billion getting burned by the regime or the establishment right now. And again, this guy is a rampant anti-Trumper. He on the fucking plantation. There's our boy D-Day Cobra. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. Yeah, Diddy comes. White men like Trump need to be banished.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll bet you want to banish anybody who wants to arrest kid fuckers, you weirdo. Again, the only reason you're going to be allowed to be as big as P. Diddy is if you are a kid fucker. They got to keep you all compromised. They got to keep you all on that fucking leash so they can pull your fucking card when they need to. And then, boom, here you go. Here you go. Right? They just missed Epstein for all those decades. They missed Ghislaine Maxwell. They miss Jimmy Savile. They just miss all of these people? Nah, shit, no. Shit, no. So now they're going to take all of his houses, they're going to take all of his businesses, they're going to take his corporation, they're going to bleed that fucking dry, pump it into the system that is being used to gaslight, propagandize, astroturf against Donald Trump and anybody who supports national populism and the arresting of kid fuckers. But there you go, dude's on the fucking run. On the run. So are we going to arrest his... who's flying this fucking plane? Are we just going to let him fly back in to this country after this? Huh? Does he got a fucking Cape Verde pilot over here? Got a diversity, equity, and inclusion Cape Verde lesbian pilot? We're just going to let that person take somebody who's fleeing from the cops come back? No. Arrest everybody involved in this. The only people who got arrested in this situation are the fucking cooks and the cleaners at these mansions, by the way. They all got walked out in fucking handcuffs. But the dude that they look... How'd you miss this dude? You don't know where this guy's at? He's got an entire entourage. You can't find this fucking dude? No, get this shit out of here. You let him go. You let him go. But there you have it. Sean fucking P. Diddy Combs is on the run. That's hilarious. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. Support channel. You'll catch up to date on all of these billionaires who seem to be child traffickers, allegedly, of course, which is weird. Hit that subscribe button and make way, because the salt must flow.
Here we go. You're not going to believe this. A massive emergency response is underway after this bridge in Baltimore collapsed earlier this morning.
Did you see that?
Stunning. The entire span of the Francis Scott Key Bridge came crashing down into the river after a container ship rammed a support beam, as you can see in the left-hand part of the screen.
So firefighters say as many as 20 people are in the water, and it's being described as a mass casualty event, Kaylee.
And we're awaiting a press conference that's expected to begin at 6:15 a.m. We'll take you there live when it happens. Now let's go to Griff Jenkins, who's live on the scene. Griff.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And you can't overstate how significant of a collapse this was. We're learning the details from overnight around 1:30 a.m. That's when this Singapore flag cargo ship hit one of the major beams and collapsed that entire span. The video.
And you got people on Twitter talking about some fucking DEI. What does DEI have to do with a Singapore ship that loses power right before it runs into a fucking bridge? People just say some crazy shit, man. It's got to be for attention or something, man. Because it's not logical.
Just stunning, and we are learning this is being treated as a mass casualty event, and there are rescue teams in the water. We've got helicopters above. Where we're standing is on the north side of where the Francis Scott Key Bridge was. I'm just gonna show you, this is as close as we can get, but if Sanford, you'll just push down this road here, this is where the emergency vehicles have been racing down this road, but the bridge where it existed was just down there. The mass casualty event, the numbers they gave us were 20 people as we watch more of the maintenance crews and folks going down this road trying to get to the north side. But this is one of the major shipping areas, if not the major shipping area, the Patapsco River, where the Chesapeake Bay meets the Patapsco River and brings you into Baltimore Harbor. So effectively, not only is traffic and commuters on the major 695 highway here going south to north into Baltimore stopped, but also the shipping lanes. This is one of the major commerce shipping lanes of the country coming into Baltimore Harbor. Those shipping lanes, sea from the Chesapeake Bay, has been effectively halted as you've got this federal and local response happening right now. We're hoping for any update in a press conference here within the hour, but this is an event that has absolutely brought this city and this commerce area to a...
How weak is this shit, though? So you mean to tell me, even when this shit breaks off, they don't have enough support beams or anything to even hold this part of the bridge up? What the fuck are they making the bridges out of? Play-Doh? Like, come on, man.
That has absolutely brought this city and this commerce area to a halt as they try and rescue the people. Now, we're talking to sources here just where we're standing.
Literally, what are they making the material for these bridges out of? I seen stronger caps on kids' juices. Like, this shit is insane, man. Shit is literally insane.
Is basically the parking lot of the Maryland Transportation Authority that services this major thoroughfare and bridge, and it is very routine on any given night that in the overnight hours, that's when they would do maintenance. So not only could it possibly be the cars that might have been on the bridge at that time, but also some routine maintenance workers that may have been working on that bridge. And obviously the span you see in that video is a significant one. This bridge is gone. And we do not know ultimately whether the number is larger than 20 of the people that may be in that water. But if you are in the car and you just look at the height, 100+ feet of the fall, it's plunging into very cold water. Even surviving the plunge would be questionable. And on top of that, it's cold out here. And the folks out here, it's in the 30s. That water is in the mid 40s. And so you've got a hypothermia concern right now. And of course, as we look at the helicopters up in the sky, there are 4 helicopters hovering above. Some may be news crews, others the emergency response. They can't see much because the sun is not yet up. But one thing is clear, and that is no traffic by sea or land is coming through this thoroughfare right now as the crews are working as fast as they can to try and rescue people, and the number of people in that water unknown. One thing to put into perspective, as you're waking up and learning this just doesn't happen. Large container ships don't hit major parts of bridges and collapse them like this, because it is a routine every day, 24 hours a day. You've got these shipping containers coming in. They know where to.
See, they know where to go, and everybody understands that shit. This was done intentionally. I would arrest everybody who was fucking involved, like anybody involved with. I don't even. What are you? Driving a boat, whatever the hell they call it, man. Steering the ship, whatever, man. Lock their ass up until a full investigation is done. Check their phones, check their emails, see who they've been in contact with from government or the Biden regime. Check all that shit. Pete Booty boy fucking at home with kids that's not even his, that he done kidnapped from people. Allegedly. I gotta start throwing allegedly in this shit. Like Salty Cracker before they start doing some shit to my channel. But this shit is you can't sit here and tell me this shit was an accident. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that shit at all.
To go. It's unclear. A lot of questions.
And how many people are dead though? They still haven't said nothing about how many people dead, how many people, like, I think they said it's 2 people that were alive. Whole fucking bridge fall in the water.
This ship would have hit that column to bring the span of that bridge down. We're trying to learn more about that as well. But right now, it's all eyes on the rescue mission. Governor Wes Moore of Maryland putting out a statement just within the hour declaring a state of emergency, saying that he's praying for the people and applauding the first responders that are on site. Right.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You ever been
They put in charge of all that shit.
So
is at home just doing bullshit. He hasn't done his job since he took that position, man. Straight up. Fuck out of here. Look, vote Biden the fuck off. What? I know he didn't.
So for
they
years,
got the end of Diddy. They don't Diddy ass.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25.
You know, we've all seen this quote. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eye.
Magic's about to happen. It's coming in.
Here we go. Let's here comes the truth. Here we go.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically,
Gamma Universe, what's up, man?
Is the best Biden ever. Not a close second.
Oh my God, is everybody okay? Because if you're not, you can fuck off. Okay, want to hear it all together? Here we go.
I don't really, you know what, I don't really care. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second.
But he said this is the best Biden ever. Who gives a fuck? We don't even like Biden. We don't care about no fucking Biden. I don't care if this is the best version, the worst version, or the Asian version, Chinese version, black version. We don't give a fuck about Joe Biden, bro. He's America last. Dude hates America. And he hate all of us. We don't give a shit about him, bro. They still trying to sell this bastard on us. We just had a bridge fall in the fucking water. People are done with that shit.
Known him for years.
Well, I'm so glad he warned us to prepare us for such an anticlimactic truth bomb.
No, because the Biden that had a full frontal lobe that was working was a Biden that would word for word plagiarize Irish politicians.
Yes.
Word for word. And then he also said he was first in his class, and he was like last in his class.
Yes.
He had 4 degrees. He had one fucking degree. And people figured this out before the internet.
That's right. And he was such a liar, he had to drop out of running for president the first time.
That's right. And also the Senate. There's also, go look at that one.
Oh, yeah?
He dropped out of the Senate, too, for running because of lying and plagiarism.
So I like how he pretends that Biden has versions, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is he, an iPhone?
Maybe he's referring to the clones.
Oh. Oh, looks a little conspiracy. I like the tinfoil.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I love that he's slowly morphing into Rosie O'Donnell, right? Look at that, like, it's like we all eventually get to peak Rosie at some point.
Yeah. You know, I kind of agree with him. I mean, this is the best version of Biden because Biden's never been funnier, and he doesn't shower with his daughter anymore. So
that's true.
Just those two things. Just those two things.
Correction. He still does shower with his daughter. Correction.
It's very close, but I think that he edges him out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know that he used to shower with his daughter, right? Okay.
Hello?
And that his daughter, when she was like 13 years old, wrote in her diary.
15, Jimmy.
When she was 15, she wrote that she would wait till late at night to shower because she was afraid he was going to come in the shower with her. And that's why when James O'Keefe got a hold of her diary, the FBI raided his house to get that because that was fucking important to make sure that that's how you know there was something to it, right? They don't overreact if there's nothing in that diary. They overreacted because there was that in that diary.
I got a buddy who back in the day when we lived in Bushwick, he had a YouTube show called A Good Word with the T-Bird and interviewed some coke dealer in New York who had Jenna Bush's driver's license because the Bush twins have been in New York, I guess, getting blow. And she showed it on the thing, and then the Secret Service came to the apartment. Just two guys who were very friendly. Nobody had to be taking out their underwear. Just asking about who he talked to, and that was it. They sent a whole SWAT team to James O'Keefe's house.
Yeah, they did. They swatted him.
Yeah.
But I liked Joe Morning Joe Ball's. It's that whole fuck you if you don't vote for Joe Biden.
No, he said if you can't take that this is the best Biden.
Yeah.
It's not really a good sale of Biden.
Fuck you if you don't think he's the right choice. And
If you are able to discern that there's something wrong with his brain, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you for having basic logic.
So so what he's doing is teaching everybody who's watching how to deal with their family members when they say they don't want to vote for him. Fuck you, grandma, and fuck you, mom, and fuck you, son. Fuck you. This is the best version. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Because Morning Joe Ball said, fuck you. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
And just for the record, that Joe Scarborough dude is a fucking lunatic, maniac, psychopath, whatever the fuck you want to throw on him, man. That means somebody is crazy. Slap that shit on his ass, because he's definitely a fucking loony. 100%, million%.
These are merely performers. They're to teach people how to act, and that's what that is.
It's very performative.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite part of him is when he tells us he's about to tell us the truth, then he instantly stops making eye contact with everybody, which is the sure sign everybody knows. When you're lying, you can't look somebody in the eye. Like, I'm about to tell you the truth. This is the best version of it.
Did he do that? Did he? Let me see.
You know what? I don't really care. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth.
What tape?
Yours at home. You're taping at home.
You can't handle the truth.
Stop your tape right now if you can't handle the eye contact.
Maybe he's talking to Al Sharpton off camera.
Maybe. Cable news. It's for people who want pre-digested thoughts. That's what that is. And by the way, here's the guy. Here's the best version of him. Ready? You want to hear the best version?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
That's the best version of that guy, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, look, even I like Kamala Harris going, well, they're not going to be making fun of me today. I got the day off now.
I just like how both the women cover their vaginas.
If he would have said that's all, folks, he would have got himself out of it.
Yeah.
That's all, folks. That is America at its best.
That can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Let's help Palestine out right now. They need food, they need water, they need medical supplies. No one.
Okay, that's just.
You know, Kamala is actually not better than that.
No.
When she speaks, it's not even as good as that.
The best part of that is that at no point does Saturday Night Live think they should do a sketch about that. That's the best.
But you know who is doing sketches about
shocking.
it? Saudi Arabia TV is making
That's
fun
right,
of Joe.
yeah.
That's how fucked up he is. That
And the
even
French TV.
French TV also.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But not in America. Saturday Night Live won't do it. Isn't that weird? I wonder why.
I have a quick story, real quick. So I had a buddy of mine who's in sobriety, and he does like sober companion stuff. And he was a sober companion where he gets paid to make sure that people don't use drugs. And one of his clients was a super high-end escort in L.A. And she told him a story. This was way before the election, that she used to party with Hunter Biden.
I find that very believable.
Are you ready for the truth? Look away, you know. She said to him before the election that Hunter told her that when he was just gacked out of his mind, that the plan was to basically get Joe Biden in, right, and then basically throw him to the side so they could get Harris in after. And this was even before they added her as the vice president.
Yeah, it's not now. They ain't saying that now.
No, well, that's
the plan has changed.
Listen, look how bad he is, and she's still polling so poorly. They can't have her step in. Their whole plans have just gone off the rails.
Well, you know what I heard that she responded to that recently, and her response was,
spot on.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it then? That sort of shows you like they can't have it all figured out because they would have scripted her every word that she said publicly. They should have had somebody. That just goes to show what a fucking gigantic ego is because they probably did do that. And she was like, "I've got this," Let me handle this.
You think she's going rogue when she's speaking?
She has a lot of turnover in her handlers.
She does.
A lot.
She does have a lot.
Yeah, no, she does, but I think because they won't, she won't listen to them, and she's got it all figured out.
Dude,
which is
we
great.
were really close to having Montel Williams' side chick as the president. Like, that is so crazy to me. Right? His side chick, not his main chick. Remember the old...
Kamala.
You remember?
Montel Williams? That's
Yeah.
it? That really?
Yeah, you don't see that? They used to go to, like...
I didn't know that.
She used to date
100%.
Montel Williams.
I thought it was that
the old
I thought it was
talk
that
show.
Willie Brown.
Willie Brown.
No,
I met her with
she did do
Willie.
Willie Brown. Then she was like she went to like red carpet affairs. He went with both his chicks.
Oh, no
I saw that photo.
Yeah.
Well,
That's gonna get scrubbed.
someone doesn't like that. I was like tip of the hat, but
Yeah. Like, good for you, buddy.
she didn't. Like you pull that shit off.
Yeah.
God damn.
Every guy's like, sweet.
So let's move on. Oh, here's so speaking of what Morning Joe Ball said, she backs it up. Watch this.
Look, I think this is an important piece to dive into because MSNBC has a very high standard of what is factual. You have to...
MSNBC has such a high standard for what's factual, they hired Joe Biden's ex-press secretary. Ooh, that's really putting the bar high. Okay.
Look, I think this is an important piece to dive into because MSNBC has a very high standard of what is factual. You have to go through a process before you report things on air.
That process involves scripts, makeup, give Big Pharma a blowjob, and then you got to clear it with the feds. That's part of that.
You know what? I thought the process was, will this shit fly?
Yeah. Can you imagine someone even believing that? That they have a process and a standard for telling the truth after 5 to 7 years of straight fear-mongering of that made-up conspiracy theory called Russiagate, which was 95% of their programming, which they still talk about today. Could you imagine that they told you Hunter Biden's laptop wasn't real? They told you Seth Rich was a conspiracy. They're just one lie. They won't tell you the truth about Ukraine. They'll lie to you constantly about. They have a process here. It's got to go through. It's got to go through at least 2 or 3 FBI guys. It's got to go through the guy over at Pfizer. We have a process. Even the dumbest of my shit-lib friends don't think that that's true. I mean, they'll just say something like, yeah, well, they all lie, but they don't lie as bad as Fox. That's what they'll say.
But at least she's on the right show to talk about it, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But Jimmy, it's easier to say what they got right, which is nothing, than to list what they got wrong, which was everything.
Yes. Well, Stephen Colbert, do you know him?
No, but when the dancing vaccine syringes to me was the low point of that's like, you know, something out of Nazi Germany or something out of. I never thought I would see something like such blatant.
That shit was weird, man.
You know, a push for something that and it was very effective. It was very effective. Because the dancing also can talk you into taking experimental gene therapy more than not dancing. That's a huge. Most people don't know that.
And the thing that kills me is none of those people will now apologize. They'll know.
Yeah,
none of them. And right now, if you're following CDC guidelines, you would be on your 9th shot right
Not
now.
10th? I thought it was 10th.
Oh, is it 10?
Malone said 10.
Who's it?
Peter Malone said 10.
Peter Malone told. Okay. Oh, Robert Malone.
Malone, sorry.
So 10. You'd be on your 10th shot by now. Do you think Stephen Colbert's on his 10th shot? So all those people at some point started doing their own research, and they stopped listening to the CDC and the FDA, and they'll never admit it. That you know what? Turns out they were always liars. We all know they were liars, and they'll never admit it. And I can't let this go. I cannot fucking let this go.
Do you think that he fucked all 10 of his needle dancers?
I think so. Okay. Oh, I thought she was coming at you. Hey, come see us do a live stand-up show. We're going to be in Stockholm, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, London, Oslo, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Cortland, New York, Oakmont, Pennsylvania, El Paso, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Edmonton, Alberta, Vancouver,
I was here for
200,000 luxury watch scam.
I was here for a Grant Cardone conference. I'm surprised y'all bought a Richard Mille from someone that was no boxer papers.
But you got one with no boxing papers.
Why would you not report $200,000 watch is stolen? So
that's
sense. Your bad. Trust me, it doesn't.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Sound like somebody trying to scam. Little Caesars Crazy Puffs.
Reviewing the Crazy Puffs from Little Caesars. The most underrated piece of joint in the game. You got a portable table. Let's see what the Little Caesars Crazy Puffs is hidden on. Oh yeah, look. Daddy like this. So you ever had a muffin? I want you to close your eyes and think of this as a pizza muffin. Got the cheese on top, and the cheese is slightly burnt, but I like it like that. Pepperoni is inside, just sitting. Also, the edges are really, really crispy too. Bueno. Go to Little Caesars and get this.
Oh hell no. Can't hang on his toilet for half a day. Oh, God.
Every lunch for the past 2 months, I've been eating Huel Instant Meal Cups, and it's changed the game for me. It's as easy as instant ramen, but much, much tastier. Plus, it has all 27 essential vitamins and minerals, as well as 23 grams of protein in each serving. I personally have replaced all my lunches with Huel, and I can honestly say it's made for me. And because it is high in protein, it helps you feel full while also making it easy to portion control and know how many calories you're getting.
Calorie counting is bullshit. Work out, eat a good diet, man. Who the fuck want to sit here counting 1 billion fucking calories is bullshit.
Over the past few weeks, we've seen the controversy surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. and the subsequent attacks on gamers by both games journalists and game developers absolutely explode. It's gone nuclear over the past month, showing that over the past 10 years, although a lot of things may have changed, one thing is staying very, very much the same, and that is the fact that woke games journalists and woke game developers absolutely despise gamers. They've made that crystal clear, and now, once again, someone else has stepped into the ring, and they are now playing victim very, very quickly. And that's this person right here. Unleashed Games founder and CEO Irina Pereira brags about excluding white male characters from alpha build of upcoming game Haven. And this is really what it's all about. They'll tell you, we just want diversity and representation.
I don't know why white people just hate themselves so much. Like, they just hate themselves so much. It's so weird to me. especially white liberals, like, they just want to destroy themselves. Like, why? Why can't everybody just, you know, care for themselves and everybody just respect everybody's culture, skin color, and all this stuff? Like, why can't people just be regular people, man? Go about your business throughout your day, respect everybody else. It's some agenda right now to just tear people the fuck down. Culture-wise and everything. Like, good God, man. Like, self-hate has been in the black community before I was born. Self-hate. That's why so much shit goes on in the hoods, neighborhoods, all sort of shit. Self-hatred. And now they're pushing that shit in white society. And that shit is going to be terrible. Like, if you don't think that shit is bad, look at how black people have been brainwashed to hate each other. And now you got white people wanting to embrace that shit. Go ahead, man. It'll be the end of them.
Then they will brag about not having any white people included. Same thing we saw with that former Sweet Baby Inc. employee who now is working on a Black Panther game that was bragging about the fact that no white people get hired onto their team. This is how these people think. And then they'll play victim and say, I can't believe people are hating on me just because I gave this opinion. Well, it did not take long for people to notice this. Here's Grum's Mark Kern. This is the first place I saw this. And I got to give you a shout out to Blabbering Collector, Blabs, who works over at Side Scrollers. She's really the one, I think, in her reply that got...
She said, just wait until they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha build are white males. They just hate white males so much, especially the straight ones. You could be a gay white male all you want to, and you're perfectly fine. But let you like women, and you're a fucking antichrist. You're the Antichrist.
Got the attention of a lot of people. We'll get to that in a second. But Irina Pereira, just wait until they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha build are white males. None out of 6. Look how happy I am to exclude white people from something. I'm very proud of myself.
And look at her, man. 41,000 views on this. 22 likes. Nobody fucking agrees with you. Not even the super pro-blacks on Twitter that hate white people. They're not even agreeing with you. Give it up, sweetheart.
And this is where it all went off the rails. Now, of course, in the past few hours, she has gone protected. Her company, Unleashed Games, has gone protected after both of them got horrifically ratioed. But let's see exactly what led up to this. Unleashed Games founder and CEO Irina Pereira bragged about excluding white male characters from the company's upcoming game, Haven. In a now-deleted post to X, Pereira wrote, just wait until they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha build are white males. None out of 6. Look at this fucking ratio.
Is that they feel like the more they hate themselves, the more... I swear, man. Virtue signal at its worst. Like, it's nothing worse than self-hate. You want to embrace the good things of everybody. You don't want to do shit like this. You don't want to go down this road. They're literally repeating the steps that Black America has taken. That's held us captive for decades. Literally repeating the same mistakes, man.
Show 22.
It's quite disgusting to watch, actually. And, you know, I love everybody except people who just hate people for no reason. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to say I'm God. I don't forgive everything. And I'm not going to say I like everybody because I don't. I like everybody except people who just hate people for no reason. So I hate all the bad people.
2 likes to 285 comments. This is before she protected and deleted this entire thread, by the way. Have at it. Again, I'll say representation matters. I don't know how many games have lacked female characters, created gameplay penalties for being a female character, or created vertex shading on white skin to represent people of color. Representation matters. Inclusivity is not the same as racism. Enjoy it.
Man, and you know, it's such a big focus on skin color. Man, so somebody should definitely tell these people what happens when they die. Everybody looks the fucking same. Oh, man, especially when the skin leaves the body.
Hating on me for today, I'll go back to making games. Well, let's just get one thing straight. You are the one that's bragging about excluding people of a certain gender and a certain skin color from your game. You are bragging about it. Wait until they see this, ha, ha, ha. Then you got fucking destroyed for it. And again, I think one of the reasons that this ended up getting out kind of into our sphere is Blabbering Collector right here responding to that initial post. Imagine if you wrote black males. How would that look? Equality, not equity. She responds, consider that 95% of video game characters are white and male, a poor representation of diversity of actual players. I thought it would be a fun experiment. We all started with...
Well, she talking about 95% of video game characters are white male. Who make those games? Who makes the games? If I create a game, I'm gonna create it in my own image and likeness. I'm gonna be diverse because reality is diverse. But if I'm creating a game and I'm building a story and building a world and everything behind this, I'm gonna create it for what I created for. Like somebody's building a Black Panther story about a superhero out of Africa. Obviously, the guy's gonna be black. If somebody's building up some shit from Greek mythology, like with Zeus and all them, are you gonna make Zeus a fucking black dude just because you want to, or are you gonna go off the Greek mythology and shit where Zeus originates from? Like these people are so like disingenuous. And a lot of games these days, for the most part, let you character create, but you can create your character to look exactly how you want them to look. But games with base storylines are gonna have specified characters in them. Like if somebody comes out with a new Blade Marvel series, are they gonna make Blade white? Hell, they might. With Democrats and the way shit going now, they might just make Blade white. But we all know from movies and fucking TV shows that Blade is black. So when you're creating these stories, man, they have set characters and stuff. They just like to make it about this whole. They basically saying, hey, even the new people that's being creative and creating these new video games and video game worlds, hey, you have to change your characters now. Not what you created in your head, but it has to fit what we want. Ain't nobody doing that shit, man. People are creative. It's what comes to mind. They want to manipulate how you become creative. Now, that shit is weird, man. This shit is weird. Total communism.
We started with all female characters. Well, you're very specifically targeting white males and you're bragging about excluding them. This is fucking nuts. Again, they continue to tell on themselves. This is not simply want representation. They are proud of excluding white male gamers, which is predominantly the market. Let's not get it twisted. And of course, when questioned about this, she said, well, when it gets to full release, you'll be able to design any character you want, blah, blah, blah. Well, then why were you bragging about this in the beginning? Alpha build, demo characters, pre-release, but details don't matter.
Yeah, like, what is she talking about? Oh, here, I'm gonna be racist in the beta, but when the full games come out, everybody can play it. That's not fucking inclusive. They don't even go by their own standards. That's not inclusive. And that's crazy. They love to say that, push diversity, inclusion, but they exclude white, straight males. How? Or like with the whole inclusive thing. They like to exclude heterosexual people from that. How is this shit inclusive? Like, come on.
Only outrage. You're the one that started this shit. This is the meme of some dumb bitch, right, shoveling shit over the wall, talking shit, and then it gets thrown back and says, I'm being attacked. How dare you? Like, this is her in real time. But this is a problem in general in the gaming industry right now. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing. These people are more concerned with activism and virtue signaling and bragging about excluding white males and how happy that will make them when people get upset about that, and then claim victim when they get called out for doing the exact thing that they're bragging about doing. These people are fucking pathetic. And it is not the same as it was 10 years ago when there was more power for mainstream games journalism, when there were fewer people that were actually willing to speak out about this shit. Now they are the ones who are getting destroyed at each and every opportunity. And no matter how many people they block, no matter how often they go protected immediately, now how often they try to spin things and play victim, we got the screenshots, we got the receipts. And now, any goodwill that you might have had for making this game, which who knows what it could have been, I don't know. I know one thing, almost no one's going to give it a chance. Here's their YouTube channel, by the way. This is the video they put out 3 weeks ago. Man, it's getting pretty ratioed, isn't it? 47 dislikes to 3 likes. Anybody that may have been thinking about getting this game, man, if they're white males, looks like you're not fucking welcome, according to her. Let me know what you think about this entire thing in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
What a great video, man. Shout out to Ryan Kennel. I don't get it, though. What are these people in the business of video games for? Are they here to create activism, or are they here to get fans and money? Because when you shit on half of the player base, who's gonna be buying your game, spending money with you? Like you it's like what Joe Biden did when he demonized like at least 2/3 of the country with his State of the Union speeches. He always this and that. Bro, if you demonize and shit talk most of the country, who the fuck is gonna support you? Just like with this, who's gonna play your fucking video games? When you sit here and exclude white males, and they're most of the fucking player base. Of course, everybody streams and plays video games, but we're talking about, for the most part, in America, you can get on Twitch, you can get on whatever. Go through video games. If you want to play the race game, go through video games. Just look at the color of the people that's streaming and that's playing the games, even the games that most mainstream people don't even play. It's gonna be white males. People just aren't realistic about shit. I like to be realistic. I don't care what the truth is. If it's more white people doing this, okay. It's more white people doing that. It's a fact. People just don't like to acknowledge facts these days, and that shit's disgusting. If y'all want more people to play video games from a different demographic, hell, find a way for them to afford video games or play video games, make money doing it. Because unless you streaming making money, you can't sit on fucking video games all day, every day. I barely get to play my game now. Hell, I got to go to work in a little while. I'm just getting a little streaming before I go to work. But, you know, find a way for more people to play. Or maybe most people aren't interested in video games. They like to do other shit. But disregarding the real player base, just because you don't want to acknowledge them, is bad for business. People gonna learn the hard way. See what's going on. Benny talking about, what are you talking about? That Diddy shit.
Friends would walk up to me and just be like, what the fuck is in your mug? And I would just tell them.
So the appeals court lowered what Donald Trump had to pay yesterday, and then struck down an enormous portion of the ruling itself. Like so the judgment by Arthur Ejgernon, creepy old washed up hippie who likes taking nude selfies in the bathroom at Planet Fitness. This guy issued a ruling out of his seething, vile, Orange Man bad, TDS, deranged hatred of Donald Trump. And the appeals court is already getting to work on this thing.
Oh, yeah,
it's kind of like
sure.
Scott McCaffrey.
That shit, everything Democrats do gonna blow back in their face. Planet Woke goes broke. No way. Planet Fitness loses $400 million overnight. No way.
Good day. I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom. I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience. He doesn't like his gender, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom. All right, I just thought I'd say it out loud. Good morning at 8 degrees below zero in Fairbanks, Alaska. Day 2 of Planet Fitness saga. I came in Monday.
And this is in Fairbanks, Alaska. They probably thought they was gonna be able to hide a story like that in such a, you know, like rural place. Like, no, the internet will make all that shit get seen.
Man in the women's locker room shaving. A little girl sitting in the corner. She could have been 12 years old. I don't know how old she was. In a towel, kind of freaked out that there's a man shaving in her locker room. Well, I was offended. I took a picture of him and I asked him, why are you there? You're a man with a penis. Why are you in the women's locker room?
Nasty word.
And he justified by saying, I'm queer LGB. And I said, you shouldn't be in the women's locker room. Well, I left. And as I said this morning, I got canceled. Planet Fitness is defending the man in the women's locker room, the man with the penis, rather than the child sitting in the corner with a towel wrapped around her.
Disgusting.
So people, I just want you to know, this is...
All I'm saying is, they better be glad there wasn't nobody like me around. Because if I find out a man is in the door of my bathroom, it probably won't end well. And like I'm not a violent person at all. I don't do any of that. And of course I wouldn't just go and put my hands on the guy. But he really better give me a fucking answer on why he's in the bathroom with my young daughter.
It's weird. It's not good. It's rather disturbing.
Value of Planet Fitness plunging in the wake of revelations that biological men were being allowed into women's bathrooms at the gym. The $400 million valuation hit the result of the stock plummeting after a woman's membership in Alaska was canceled. She took pictures of a man in a woman's locker room. He was shaving. his face. The issue first reported by the X account Libs of TikTok. That account posted, "Whoa, Planet Fitness saw 400 million wiped off its value since we broke the story of them allowing men in female locker rooms and then banning the woman who exposed it." Turns out people don't want to support companies who cave to gender pseudoscience.
Hold up, they banned the woman who exposed the shit? Like, what? Is this real life? They banned her. Like, what did they really think was gonna happen with this shit? They thought they were just gonna push all this fake ass mental illness shit on us, and we were just gonna accept it and just go about our day. I do not understand what's going on in the world today. I've been stopped trying to wrap my mind around this shit because it just doesn't make sense. And I think that's the plan, for you to think about how crazy the shit is and for it to drive you crazy. That's got to be the plan, because this shit is unbelievable. The shit that they doing, like what is going on? This is like the worst fucking nightmare you could possibly think of, and you just can't wake up from it. Pinch yourself a million fucking times. What's going on? They literally banned a woman who exposed it was fucking men in the women's bathroom. Just get rid of women's bathrooms. Just tell women they can't fucking come to Planet Fitness. Just tell them it's for men and pretenders at this point. Just fucking do that.
And allow men in women's private spaces. Hashtag boycott Planet Fitness. Do not let up. Keep it going. The woman who took that photo said also, by the way, a little girl was in the corner, maybe 12 years old, in a towel, and she was, quote, freaked out. The policy at
little girl in a towel. Grandma exposed it, and they banned her from Planet Fitness. I was just working out at Planet Fitness last week. I wish I could take the reps back. This shit is disgusting. Like, how is this real life? And I know a lot of this weird shit been getting pushed since, like, really, the Obama administration really kicked the door down for this shit. But, like, it's just been going off the rails. Like, it's just been completely going off the rails. What about the incidents with the transgenders sexually assaulting girls and women in the back? It's like they said, fuck women, fuck what women want, fuck what women think. We don't care about what they think or feel about nothing. We're going to cater to these grown-ass mentally ill men. And I thought that feminists should be outraged. Why are feminists not outraged over all this trans shit? Y'all supposed to be the voice for women. But y'all letting them get erased at every fucking turn. It doesn't make sense to me. What type of women do y'all want? Real ones or fake ones? This shit is incredible.
this gym, guys, that anybody can use the locker room. You have to, it just corresponds to your gender identity.
In this video, I'm going to run you through...
Disgusting, man. Disgusting.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about another classic Get Woke, Go Broke story. This time involving Planet Fitness. And by the way, I got to say something about Planet Fitness. They have the most interesting business model that I've seen in a long time. It is truly a genius business model, right? That goes against conventional wisdom, which is basically to market themselves as a gym for people who actually really don't want to go to the gym, right? I mean, they've essentially set up their gym so that nobody who is serious about going to the gym actually will go, okay? They get a lot of these people who think they want to go to the gym, who think they want to get in shape, and then they go, they pay $10 a month, oh, no big deal, and then, you know, they end up going 1 or 2 times, and then they never go again after that, right? And they make sure that people who seriously want to come to their gym don't come to their gym because they don't have free weights, they don't have the equipment or the machines to actually facilitate serious gym goers, and that actually helps them save when it comes to expenses because they don't necessarily have to do as much maintenance. They don't have to replace weights that often, bars that often, simply because they're not actually really targeting themselves. They're not marketing themselves towards serious gym goers or people who actually really want to get in shape, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it really is a genius business model that has allowed them to become a multi-billion-dollar brand that apparently plummeted $400 million overnight after a woke transgender bathroom policy backfired when nobody who is serious about going to the gym actually will
in the women's locker room. And the
gender bathroom policy backfired.
But that's the thing I don't get, man. Is nobody gonna learn from Bud Light? Is nobody gonna learn from all these companies that just got their ass whooped over this type of stuff? Like Bud Light lost billions. Some of these companies lost billions of dollars, man. And they just continue to just give themselves, man, self-inflicted wounds, man. It's business suicide. And you like, why would these companies keep doing it? Just why would they just keep continuing to ruin their brands like that? It's obviously because they're getting money from somebody and they don't care about the losses. You're in business to make money. And when you're no longer doing that, man, like, what are you doing? It's kind of weird. So they must be getting some type of compensation from somewhere, because no way they're just taking losses, massive losses like this, and just continue to push this garbage on people. There's no way.
When they revoked the membership of an Alaskan woman who decided to capture a photo of what appears to be a biological male in the women's locker room shaving his face. And again, this went viral and they got a whole lot of backlash for it, and there are calls to boycott Planet Fitness, and they instantly kind of lost $400 million in market cap overnight over this controversy. Take a look.
Let's turn you now to this morning's business report. Former President Trump could see a big windfall from his social media platform. And the value of Planet Fitness plummets over a controversial...
Yeah, man, y'all heard that. Trump 2024.
Policy. Channel 3's Jane King is live at the NASDAQ with those stories and much more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, Nicole and Caitlin. Good morning. Happy Friday. Well, former President Trump in line for a $3.5 billion windfall from his stake in Truth Social. Now, supporters who have driven...
I'm about to buy me some of that stock, man. I'm about to find out where I can get some Truth Social stock. I wish I bought some before the merger.
Up the share price are expected to vote today to take the company public. Truth Social could go public as soon as next week, but Trump would have to hold onto those shares for 6 months before he could sell them. Well, Planet Fitness's value plummeted $400 million after a transgender controversy. The company is finding itself in the middle of this storm after it revoked an Alaska woman's membership for snapping photos of a transgender woman who is biologically male shaving in the women's locker room. Now, the fitness chain says she was kicked out because she took photos in a locker room, which is against the policy. Planet Fitness's gender identity non-discrimination policy states that members and guests may use the facilities that best align with their sincere, self-reported gender identity. Well, Connecticut ranked 4th.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, this is a national news story that clearly and obviously has resulted in some investor backlash against Planet Fitness. And I mean, it's clearly and obvious why that is happening is because a policy like that will motivate people not to go to that gym. Okay, they will be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to cancel my membership, because there are probably a lot of people out here who don't go to the gym, right? They don't go to Planet Fitness, and then they remember all of a sudden, I have a Planet Fitness membership. Let me go call and cancel it, right? Let me stop sending them $10 a month, even though I wasn't actually really using the gym. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that investors probably saw that as a huge negative, this type of backlash against Planet Fitness. And that is why you saw all of this money be pulled out of the stock. Now, Planet Fitness, they're in full-blown panic mode, okay? Because they're now denying the story and saying, oh, no. This didn't actually happen. That story's made up. We don't know what you're talking about when people call and say that, hey, I want to cancel my membership over this story. Take a look.
So I just left, canceled my membership. I went in, the lady who helped me out, she was new. She was in training. She got to the point where she asked the reason why I was canceling it, and I informed her about the Alaska situation and the Planet Fitness non-discrimination policy and how they sided with the man in the bathroom, and they revoked the lady's membership in Alaska. And she's like, I never heard of that. And I can believe it because she's new to Planet Fitness. But what got me was when it got to the point where she had to put in the reason for the cancellation. She asked the manager what she should put in there, and she told him what I had said. He said, well, we can't put that. And they put a different reason in there to justify my cancellation. So not only is Planet Fitness siding with the trans non-discrimination thing, but now they're covering it up. Instead of admitting what they did was wrong, they hid the reason why I canceled my membership. Doesn't matter. I'm no longer a member. They're no longer going to get another penny of my money, and I hope every one of you do the same thing. We got to protect our women.
Facts.
We got to stop letting the 1% take over. Take a stand. It's time.
Facts. And if society, especially Western society, think I'm going to side with mentally ill fucking men over real women who give birth to us as humanity and civilization as a whole, you got to be out of your fucking mind. I was raised by in my mind, I was raised by one of the greatest women ever birthed on this planet, my grandma. And if somebody thinks that I am going to side with mentally ill fucking men who hate their lives over real women that give life to this planet, you are a fucking lunatic. You need a straitjacket on, and you should be at Arkham Asylum somewhere.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Clearly, there's an obvious cover-up going on, and investigative journalists, lived to TikTok, actually called Planet Fitness to ask about their locker room policy, and what they discovered is that, yes, in fact, Planet Fitness is trying to cover up this news story and trying to pretend like they don't have this policy where they allow biological males in the women's restroom, locker room, and yeah, they're in full-blown panic mode. So, without further ado,
but the only thing it takes is one attack. One sexual attack in that locker room will fucking bury Planet Fitness. And they just lost $400 million on the market. If that shit was to happen in one of their locker rooms, they gonna lose a hell of a lot more than that. I can guarantee you.
Let's play this.
Thank you for calling Planet Fitness Member Support. This is Juju, who does pleasure speaking with.
Hi, my name is Christian.
Hi, Christian. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. I'm just calling in regards to just some recent news that was surrounding. I guess there's some controversy online for Planet Fitness or something regarding like locker room policy and whatnot. I have a daughter who's wanted to sign up, and obviously as a parent, I'm not sure if you're a parent, but obviously I have concerns for her safety, and I just wanted to call in. I have a few questions before I sign her up. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, trust me, I understand. I got 2 kids myself. And I tell our folks this, it is a judgment-free zone, and y'all know that way before signing up with Planet Fitness. And if you ever witness or experience discrimination from a member, you always need to report it to us, or if something comes up to us, because we've never had...
I don't even mean to pause, but just a quick question. What the fuck is discrimination? So, when you got these trans people coming into a woman's bathroom and they say, hey, I feel uncomfortable, I don't want men in here. Is that not discrimination when you tell them that you're not doing shit about it and you're going to continue to let the men come into their personal spaces? Is that not fucking discrimination? Like, all this weird leftist ideology shit is like fucking, it's like the mental Olympics. It's like only pertains to them when it comes to like, they even changed the definition of fucking words. I need a new book that leftist dictionary so I can understand what the fuck they talking about when they say words. Cause when they use the same words we've been using for fucking centuries, it doesn't mean the same thing. Is that not discriminating what they doing against women? For these fucking nut job men that just have to go and be in women's spaces? You don't have to use a fucking woman's bathroom. You can use your bathroom at home. Hell, that's what most people do anyway. Me, personally, if I gotta take a number 2, I will fucking wait till I get home. Unless it's drastic. Unless this shit, I can't stop this shit, I will wait till I get home. What is the fixation with going into public spaces where women are and doing this weird shit? It's obviously something going on up here that you need help with. I don't fucking get it. And it's like, we have to affirm them as being women. Why the fuck do you need my opinion and my affirmation so much when it comes to you and how you live your life and your perspective of how you want to see your life? Why does my opinion mean so much to these people? Like, you have to have the world tell you that you're a woman. If you're a woman and you feel like it and you doing all this other shit and you dressing like it and you claiming you are, why the fuck do you need the world to tell you that? Because you know it's something wrong, man. Because you know that's not reality. We all have to get up every day and live in this world, man, of reality. Shit, if I sit here and say, hell, I don't have a job and pretend I don't have a job and not show up today and get fired, that shit's still gonna happen regardless if I pretend I fucking have a job or not. You can pretend you a woman all you want to. Every time you go to the bathroom, you're gonna get reminded. These people need help. They don't need rules. They don't need rule changes. They don't need society and every environment to conform to them. They need help. They need real help. And you know what? People like me or anybody who's concerned about these people and all these LGBT trans people, you know what? When we give real concern about the mental health of these people, we're called transphobes. Oh, we're bigots. We're homophobes because we give a shit about people's mental health even when they don't. I'm a transphobe for that. For telling this kid that he's not born in the wrong body, that he just needs some help. Maybe he was touched or molested or something, and the fucking parents or somebody around him is hiding it. They don't talk about that shit, man. And I know for a fact, in black communities, they do not talk about that shit. They like to hide that type of shit as embarrassment. Oh, so-and-so, it was an uncle that molested, his niece or whatever. They'll cover that shit up and chalk it up to embarrassment. We don't want to embarrass the family. We don't want to embarrass, fuck these people. I don't care if grandpa did it, uncle, who the fuck ever. That piece of shit, lock them up. So you allow this kid to live with all this trauma their whole life because y'all didn't have the balls to call this person out like the fucking criminal they are. Now this kid has to deal, not only that, but they have to deal with being around this piece of shit that molested them and everybody acting like it didn't happen. That's why I had so many problems in my family growing up. I'm the black sheep of my family. You ask anybody in my family. I always been the black sheep. I always spoke my mind. I don't hold my fucking tongue. That's why I had so many problems growing up. I was always a curious person. I asked a million questions. I'd be in the middle of church service. Preacher read something out of the Bible. I'm asking my grandma, uncle, man, what does it mean by that? How does somebody do that? Oh, hush up, be quiet. A lot of times it's because people don't have answers for you, especially young kids that are curious. Stop shutting them down. When they're curious about life and questions, give them the answer they need. If you don't have the answer, tell them that. But shutting them down and quieting them down and allowing them to live with all this weird, crazy shit that's going on that leads to this shit when they get older, these problems when they get older, non-binary, all this other weird shit they got going on. Those are mental health issues. Where did it come from? Let's look at the history of where it comes from. They don't like to do that, though, because there's a lot of skeletons in them closets. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Pull them skeletons up out of there. You cannot do the same shit repeatedly and expect different results. Life does not fucking work like that. I broke a lot of, what do they call them? What do they call them? The shit that run in your family, basically. Like I got alcoholism bad in my family. I don't drink. Like when I was growing up, I was raised by my grandparents, but my parents were around. Never went to my games, never did any of that shit. Go to all my kids' shit. Mostly the ones I can make. Like you have to make changes, man, or you get the same results. Like when it comes to raising kids. And then you allow your kids to live through all this abuse and shit and grow up into these weirdos that the Democrat Party just hijacked. Because they're already down mentally. They're already beat up mentally. Looking for love or looking for belonging somewhere because they never got that shit. And then they're perfect. They're prime targets for all this weird mental illness and shit that Democrats and these lunatics are pushing on people. They do that to people who already are like beaten down mentally. All these people dealing with all these mental problems. That's their target. Like, we have to do better, people, or you're going to get the same results. Like this shit.
Had any situations where how I've seen this video went viral on TikTok, and what she's saying isn't what exactly happened. And people can take anything online and turn it. So we had to, of course, they did a full investigation, and that's why I say, based on our non-discrimination policy, we don't discriminate against anybody, alien, monster, nobody. As long as they're not harming you or yours, we understand.
Well, unless you're a woman, right? If you're a woman and you have an issue with, biological males being in the locker room, then they will discriminate against you, right? They will cancel your membership. This is what they will do.
Because we don't go based off of race, nationality, origin, ancestry, color, creed, religion, sex, sexual orientations, gender identification, age.
Why the differentiation, though? Gender and gender ID? What the fuck is the difference? So your gender can be different from your gender ID? I don't get it. Like I said, all this shit is just mental gymnastics. People are fucking over this shit. Like, they're just completely over it. We went through years. Even when all this shit came out, I knew all this shit was insanity. But you know what? I said, hey, I'm going to let people do what they want to do. They can live their life, or adults can do what they want to do. Next thing you know, oh, that's not good enough. We want it in schools. We want it on kids. Now the whole, y'all doing too fucking much now. Nobody had a problem when adults wanted to run around here being fucking unicorns. But now y'all trying to tell us that y'all have to push this shit on our kids. That's what the problem is. LGBT and all that, they would have never had any of these problems if they would have left the fucking kids alone. And they trying to change the structure of society to fit this little ass percentage of people. What, 0.01% of the population? Even now, you might have people, oh, I'm this, I'm that. You don't know shit. Only reason you non-binary is because the people you follow on TikTok. Fuck out of here. You don't know shit about nothing. And then they come up with all this shit. Like, what the fuck is the difference between gender and gender ID, man? It's just a whole bunch of just shit they just putting in front of you. Whole bunch of blockades of weird shit. So when you knock this crazy weird shit out the way, there's some more insane shit in front of you.
Age, disability, or any bias protection by law. That's our policy. So I mean, I understand if you need to take a look around and go maybe do a tour before you sign up. But yeah, that's where our policy comes from with the locker room situation.
You know, I saw the video in passing, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
my gosh, like, what is this?
Yeah, we had a big old meeting about that conversation, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was
everyone, huh?
Yeah, so yes, we had to, because like it was an investigation, because we want to know too. Like, we're parents,
True.
So we want to know what exactly happened. So they broke it down, and we're like, it's just crazy how much social media can really fool you. And I said, well, yeah, that's true.
Well, was that photograph of the person who identified as a woman? But was that a real photo of someone in his bathroom?
No, that was not.
So that wasn't even a real photo from inside of Planet Fitness at all.
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
But why even just tell a fucking basic lie like that? I'm pretty sure somebody could literally go to this Planet Fitness or have somebody in the area go there and take a picture of their fucking mirror and sink. And say, hey, this is the exact same bathroom with the same fucking pattern on the wall over here, and the tissue dispenser right near the trash can. It is incredible to me, even to see Democrats do it. They blatantly lie when shit could be easily disproven. That shit is a mental illness now. Literally. Because you can have on a fucking red jacket, and some leftist lunatic, oh, that's purple. You're like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a red jacket. And they keep trying to tell you it's purple. You're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's how crazy shit has gotten. You literally have a red jacket on, and this fucking lunatic is trying to tell you it's purple or something. and want you to believe it. That's how insane society has gotten, man. It's so insane, it makes you laugh naturally. Just off how fucking crazy it is to hear it.
Okay.
We were shocked too. And and they had to like pull apart the picture, and it's not in a Planet Fitness restroom at all.
Recent release photo, same man confirms he in fact entered the women's bathroom at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Investigative journalism, right? Investigative journalism, live to TikTok, discovering that Planet Fitness is telling customers that, hey, that was fake, right? This whole controversy is fake. It's not real. We didn't do that, right? Because, again, the writing's on the wall. People are calling in and they're canceling their gym memberships. Again, a lot of people probably don't go to the gym anyways, and they just forgot they had one. It was like, oh, let me call and cancel this, right? Which, again, is devastating to their business model, right? Absolutely devastating to this company, right? I mean, this is the first time I've seen that business model actually backfire on them, because before, like I tell you guys, it's genius, right? You actually appeal to people who don't go to the gym, right? And that way you can take their money every month and never have to worry about them coming to the gym and costing you more money by using the equipment, right? That's why.
So it just basically sounds like a type of scam going on. You know, of course it's not a complete scam because you can go there and work out and shit. But they aim at people who don't really go to the gym, so they're just getting free money every month. Sounds like a pretty lucrative scam to me.
Why the gym membership is so cheap, right? Because they don't actually expect you to use the equipment in the gym. But that also makes it very easy to cancel when people have a motivation to cancel it, right? Again, that's the kind of the con of that type of business model. And hey, it is what it is. This gym clearly and obviously they decided they want to have this woke policy, a policy that, in my opinion, I think is kind of nonsensical, right? And obviously you're gonna have people that are gonna have issues with that. And hey, at the end of the day, this is the result, right? The result is that the market is spoken, and the market is saying that, hey, you should probably think about changing this policy. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Yeah, and if y'all ain't following Black Conservative, man, you definitely shorten yourself on information, man. Great content. I think it's Greg Foreman on Twitter. Been listening to him for a while. I actually been listening to him before his channel even got like this, because he was the only one at the time putting out real, like logical, sensible information. And he still continues to, man. So, like I said, great content. Got to get ready to run to work. So I got to go in here and shower and all this stuff. Actually, I'm about to do a little workout before I get in the shower. Get ready to go to work. I'm going to start streaming on Twitter more. I think it's the second time I got on here. Yeah, guys, it's getting pretty crazy out here, getting closer to election. We need as many voices out here as we can get, man, because if America fall, I'm pretty sure the rest of the world will. And it just gets crazier by the day. And later on, we got to go over a lot of stuff, man, because there's a lot of stuff coming out now about Diddy, this whole crazy shit with Diddy. The bridge in Maryland collapsing, which is insane to think about, man. Prayers for the families and all the victims and stuff. God bless. It's just falling apart on the body, man. You got Pete Booty Boy doing the who knows fucking what, when he's supposed to be the head of transportation or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they hired the dude for at this point. I don't know if it's just for pictures or, fake bike rides where you get out the Jeep a block from where you going at like you riding a bike. I don't know what the fuck they using him for. It might be PR or whatever, but he's definitely not doing his fucking job. We'll cover a lot of that stuff later, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through the stream, stopping by. I'll be back on later, guys. Y'all seen it like I seen it. I'm out.